Hello everybody, Toast Mom here. Today, we're going to be talking about awareness and how to improve it. Now this is an absolute huge factor into how well you're going to play in any game type. It could be a team-based game type, it could be FFA, it could be Team Rockets, it could be zombies, it could be absolutely anything, Griffball even, and it will help you. Now you may be asking, well, why is this such an important thing? Why should I put effort into getting better at my awareness? Well, the answer is because every time you do something, you make a decision. Whether it's going around a corner, throwing a grenade, deciding to rush a guy, deciding to go get the sniper or bait for the sniper, deciding where to go on spawn, you make a decision. And if you have more information to base those decisions off of, you will have a much easier time making an intelligent decision over whether it's a good move or a bad move. So this is where awareness comes in. If you're aware of everything going around you, you're going to have tons of information to go off of, increasing the chances that you'll make a smart, intelligent, good decision. So now let's get into how to improve your awareness. Now the first thing, in my opinion, that is the most important thing for improving your awareness is knowing where your teammates are at all times as much as possible. Now this helps if you're calling out, but even if you're not calling out, you can do this quite effectively. Whenever you have a break, whenever, after a gunfight, or you just spawned, look around. Or if you're even in respawn, you can flip up and down with the D-pad and you can flip through players. Look around through all the players, try to figure out where everybody is so you know where all your teammates are. Because if you know where your teammates are, you're going to know where to push. Because most likely, the smart decision is generally to push with your teammates. If you're in a big group and you're shooting one guy, he's probably not going to be able to kill any of you, and he might kill one. But that's just one. It could have been a 1v1 and then your teammate's dead, he recharges shields, fights another guy, and kills that teammate too. So, team shooting is a huge thing, and running with your teammates will increase the chances of you being able to team shoot and make you play much better. So whenever you have a break in your play, look around, take a glance, and figure out where your teammates are so you can orient yourself with them and figure out where to go from there. Now the second thing that is hugely important is knowing where the enemies are. Now obviously if you're calling out, this is much easier, but even if you're not calling out and you don't have any teammates that are in a party talking with you, this can still be improved upon. Now what I do is whenever I finish a fight, whenever I get in a break of combat, if I'm running around, really almost all the time, I'm asking myself constantly, where am I going to die from? Where are the dangerous areas? Say I kill a guy on Simplex in the flag. Now, there's a couple exposed areas. I could be exposed to the top gold, top purple, bottom purple, top mid. After that fight, I'm probably going to be weak, and I need to ask myself, where could people be flanking me? Where are these dangerous areas that I could be shot from? So I know where to go from there. So that is a major one. Even if you don't know necessarily where the enemy positions are, you can kind of predict them just by thinking about the most critical, dangerous places that you could be snuck up on and kind of playing the odds from there. Now another thing to improve your awareness is sound, and this is hugely critical, and especially in Halo 4. It's very useful because the footsteps are so freaking loud. Sounds like a Yeti is walking around there making giant footsteps noises in the ground. You can hear it from a mile away. Now I've heard people say that on the regular TV speakers or whatever, they can hear the footsteps pretty good, but even if you're on your TV, a headset is still going to be better and you're going to be able to pinpoint those sounds. So try and make yourself aware, if you're not already aware, of what those footsteps sound like. And whenever you hear them, pay attention to them and try to pinpoint them. And do that every single time. Because what you want to do with the footsteps is make them instinctual. Because you won't always hear the footsteps. They might drown out in the background, or you might be focusing on something else. And if the back of your mind sort of catches those footsteps, but you're not necessarily consciously aware of those footsteps, and you have it to the point where you are making those footsteps noises a warning flag for you, you will instantly catch them, and you will know that someone is around, and you can check if it's an enemy or a teammate. It's very similar to like parkour, where you're doing the roll. The roll is such a huge part. It takes out like over half of the impact on your knees and your feet, and it can save your life or your leg bone, whatever. It's a massively important thing, and the goal when you're training a roll is to make it instinctual. So if you do fall, because obviously that's not planned most of the time if you accidentally fall, you want to instantly go into that roll and save yourself. So it's the same thing with this, with the footsteps. You want to make those footsteps instinctual. So when the back of your mind hears them, if you don't consciously hear them, it sets off a warning flag, and instantly you start hearing the footsteps and you know what to do. Now the last one is talking. Now this isn't maybe necessarily something that's feasible for some people because they don't have friends to play with, but I recommend, even if you don't have friends to play with, still just call out for the sake of your team. Even if no one else is, I still do it, and it helps a lot. So that will increase just your team awareness in general. It'll help everybody. If you're calling out and no one else is calling out, you're going to be helping your teammates out, and that's going to increase the chances of you winning. So that is a critical thing, and obviously it's pretty self-explanatory because you're calling out teammates so everyone knows the 4-1-1 or whatever, and they know where all the positions are, so they can base their decisions off of more information and have better, more intellectual, awesome decisions that will be good for your team and make you win. So anyways, those are my tips for increasing your awareness in Halo. If you liked it, you can leave a like or a comment, or you could subscribe because I post new Halo videos every day. Anyways, thank you for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye.